And right now, what they're doing, they're using like the race and the gender thing to try to divide people up. They're pretending that there's a division there that there actually really wasn't. But then the more they keep pushing it, idiots believe it. And then with your two-tier justice system where people are just free to go out and commit crime as long as you're a so-called marginalized group, then you actually wind up sowing that division for real. And here's a great example of it. Why do you think a Kentucky judge gave no jail time to a troon daycare worker who sexually abused a baby?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I read this.
Yeah.
This person will not be sent to prison despite pleading guilty to sexually abusing a baby while working at a daycare.
Yeah, this is a classic example of why we need to hold judges, prosecutors, anyone working in the law enforcement to a higher standard, take away their qualified immunity. Listen, you cannot have judges basically legislating from the bench. The minute they do that, you need to pull their ticket and get them the fuck out of there.
Roe v. Wade was the first example.
They're not being neutral.
Roe v. Wade was the first time they did that, and then people were like, because the feminists, yay! Well, this is a voting block we want to court, so even though it's completely unconstitutional, we're going to have to roll with it and just throw dead babies to the breeze for the next 40, 50 years.
You can go sit in on these, like Pop, you can sit in on these hearings, and some of these judges, you can grieve them. They have their own grievance commissions and stuff like that. Start throwing things at them, make them get looked at.
First of all, if you really want to mess a judge his life up, it's not violent or anything. You need to get enough people in the jurisdiction.
Administrative violence.
Yeah, this is administrative violence 103 against judges. You get enough people. They do enough FOIA requests in regards to who contributed to the judge's campaign. Then you do another FOIA request for every single court case that judge has presided over. Then you just compare the lists.
Yeah. If anybody on that list of donors appears in a court case that had a favorable outcome for that donor,
there you go. There you go. And listen, when a couple thousand people show up and they're dropping that many FOIA requests for this information, you will hear people's assholes slam shut from orbit.
I've FOIA'd people. They don't like it.
No, they don't.
I did.
This judge here in Kentucky, I'm not sure if this judge got the memo, but you live in Kentucky.
Yeah.
These people are not going to stand for this. Just listen to the facts of this case, and I dare you not to want to reach for a bottle of booze.
I'm just was looking for my bottle.
So this person, this stunning and brave. Oh, I forgot to bring this up here. Of course, this is today's episode of Looney Tunes. Yeah, good times. So this is Maria Childers, totally passable, right? It totally looks like a woman, right? So, Redux obtained court records detailing the full complaint, which showed that he was accused of both physical and sexual abuse while employed at the daycare. According to witness testimony, a coworker asked Childers for assistance in changing an infant's diaper. While Childers was cleaning the baby's genitals, the coworker noticed that the infant appeared to be in distress and asked Childers if he was hurting the baby. She then witnessed Childers rubbing the infant's genitals in a circular motion while saying that was her clit area and she likes it. It just made her day.
Oh my God.
While Childers was reported to management at the academy, he was only given a write-up. Police later learned that Childers had also been accused by other coworkers of leaving children in high chairs for hours without care.
Oh my God.
So overt and just negligent abuse.
See, I know I'm heading in, people are going to say I'm heading in conspiracy theories, territory here, but that to me, that's the end goal of the trans agenda is pedophilia, because it's you're now, if you're telling kids, well, they're smart enough, they're wise enough to be able to say what gender they are. What the next step is, well, they're going to be able to say, they're smart enough and old enough to decide who they can love and who they can be with. And to me, that's just all, 10, 20 years ago, you had people say, oh, that's the slippery slope. That's not going to happen.
Oh,
there's groups that are teaching that. Yeah. They're actively teaching that, like, hey, it's a normal thing.
Yeah, John Money's jerking his gherkin in his grave.
Wow.
This is what he wanted.
Yep.
He wanted human experimentation. He wanted, the abolishment of gender roles. Also, he could diddle kids.
Yeah.
And these people are all just lining up for it like, oh, yeah, stunning and brave. This is DEI, yeah, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Just reorganize the letters if you really want to know what it means.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like what is it? The beauty pageant moms, the ones that didn't get to see their lives the way they wanted to, so they turned their little daughters into honeyboos, and
that's child abuse too.
Munchausen by proxy.
Exactly. That is
the exact same thing. Now they're looking for the attention, and they're looking for, the validation.
And there's studies on this going back decades to show that anybody who's actually behind trying to push their children into this, narcissistic, bipolar, mentally ill across the board.
Yeah. I think there was just I think Peterson just had something on that, presented an article about that, about how it's the narcissism and it's how it is a mental disorder. Then they need to get these kids out of the parents' hands because they're doing it for them, not the kids.
I did a whole show saying that the whole trans thing is the new lobotomy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, we did the lobotomy for what, 17, 18 years. It was just complete fucking failure.
It's a miracle cure. That's what it was called in the beginning.
Yeah, it just ruined people's lives. It was absolutely miserable.
Yep.
And I can't believe it took 20 years to realize, hey, wait a minute.
This is a little fucked up.
Maybe it's a bad thing that I slam a walnut cracker through your nasal cavity to scramble part of your fucking brains.
Maybe. Yeah. You know what else is bad? You want to hear the worst part of this deal that this dude got? He doesn't have to appear on the sex offender.
Oh my God!
Wait, I didn't see that part.
Yeah, it's at the end.
Whoa.
Yep. So this person
if you piss outside drunk, your life is fucked.
Yeah. But this dude can literally masturbate a fucking infant. And because he identifies as a woman, scot-free, virtually no punishment whatsoever.
This is why I don't go anywhere. I just see you two and that's it.
Hang out at home.
Hang out at home. I talk to you two and my dog. That's it.
Fuck's sakes.
I know, the world's fucked.
Well, like I said, this is the next logical step. You throw this two-tier justice system in the face of everybody who's like, look, I'm not on board with your race war, your gender war thing. It's stupid. I just want to live my life. This is how you get them involved.
Yes.
You create the division you claim is out there by insisting it's there, getting a bunch of idiots to believe it, and then incentivizing those idiots to commit crimes with no repercussions.
But how many times have I said this? Using his story as an example. Once you realize you are not going to get justice in the courts, you will get it outside the courts.
Yep.
And that has literally been the case since we started writing shit down.
Yep.
And I'm going to be honest. If I had a young child that was getting screwed by this dude,
this dude would be
he'd be done.
Yeah, he'd be pushing up daisies. And the judge who let him off, I would hire extra security if I were you. Because the parents of this child.
Listen, listen.
Yeah.
Especially fathers, if they love their kids and you hurt their children, I'm just telling you that you might wind up with somebody who has nothing left to lose.
Not everybody is as rational and as lawful as us.
Yep.
Correct.
Oh, did you hear about the dude in Texas who posed as a child to lure a kid killer into public and then shot his ass?
Yeah, I just saw that yesterday.
Whoa, I didn't hear this one. What happened?
Dude posed as a child because he knew this guy was a freaking kid diddler, lured him out to a meat spot, and smoked him like a cheap cigar.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Just
hang on a minute.
But I could see how that would happen.
But that is what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is yet another division.
Yeah. If you're not going to give us justice in the courts, which is where we were all promised it would be, all men are created equal and all that fluffy language. I mean, we all remember the Summer of Love 2020. I love how it says most charges against George Floyd protesters dropped, analysis shows. No, most people would think maybe it's just over half. Well,
it shouldn't even be that.
Go on down here. And most have a
98,
dozen jurisdictions examined. At least 90% of cases were dropped or dismissed.
Wow.
And in cities like Dallas and Philadelphia, as many as 95% of citations were dropped and not prosecuted.
That's the kind of statistics that are going to wind up with people going after these individuals.
Oh, yeah.
And the ACLU is crying foul.
How many people are still, there was a thing back in 2021 in the beginning of the year, some things happened, and I think there's some people still in jail for that and have never been charged.
Like literally over 36 people murdered in these riots.
Yeah.
Over $2 billion in damage.
But some people got invited into a building.
Yeah, but they literally get invited into a building. Dude gets 17 years for shaking a fence. Meanwhile, people who are they're burning, looting, and murdering, 95% of charges dropped.
Yep.
If you want a race war, this is how you start one.
Well, I mean, I'm just making some notes here. The lines of division. We're going to make a show out of this.
Yep.
All right.
Obviously, just talking about it didn't work.
We have race. All right. That's the big divider. We have party.
Gender.
Troons.
Yeah, troons.
That's covered in there.
That's gender is all just lumped
and politics.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.